And hello and welcome to AleksTabletops MTG Quick Study episode 16. My name is Alex and let's start our 16th match. Yeah, let me start and go. So yeah, in this episode we played again mono green. I guess it's still the splash of red. At some point I need to figure out where exactly I will actually add a borderline splash of red. I truly don't remember when exactly it happens. Probably I'm still playing with the mono green with the splash of red. It's still 2 fiery cannonades, not 3. So hopefully I will notice the exact time where I'm going to add it. This is actually a pretty decent hand. We had Druid, which will give opponent an additional land, but still, considering the fact that we have Pelt Collector, it will help our Pelt Collector grow. So it's actually kind of a good start. The other problem is it's probably not a good idea to play Dryad now, because I have troubles with lands, so I truly don't remember what I will do. Probably best to establish mana. Oh no, we actually drew a double land, so it's kind of cool. Or dual land, how they call it. So yeah, while game is progressing, quick reminder that MTG Quick Study is a series of one-match episodes that focuses on learning from my own matches by rewatching and trying to analyze them, which is the thing that I will try to do. Again, as I said previously, I'm not that good still in analytical aspects of Magic. I will become better with time. Again, I'm a casual player. I'm not trying to be like super pro, or like at least I'm not trying to act smart. I'm doing everything that I know about Magic. It's mostly intuitive. I guess there are beginners that know about the meta game better than me. But what they lack usually, the problem with the beginners, when they start to play Magic, they only aware of certain things that are in Magic nowadays. They're not aware of things that were in the past. The difference with me, where I have advantage, I have a experience of old Magic games and old Magic sets, and because of this, I have better understanding how the game works, in general. So some certain things come a little bit more intuitive to me than if I will compare myself to beginners. And because of this, I guess, again, most of my decisions are kind of intuitive, so I don't necessarily know how to properly call the matches and how to predict the matches, but intuitively I know when certain things could happen. I see possibilities if I see them, so I notice mistakes that players usually taking. So yeah, this Silencer is one of the most annoying cards. By the way, we're playing versus Dimir's that focuses on surveilling. So far, surveilling decks are the most annoying personally for me. I mean, because of the fact that they are super annoying, I don't even want to build one. I mean, usually if Magic... okay, we lost our Pelt Collector. This is not the most annoying card because it basically exiles one of the cards and then shuffles itself in its library. And if you don't have that many copies of this card, like 4 of them, it's not necessarily a big deal. I never saw the game that opponent could win with this card. It's a good kind of card that basically I don't know. It creates a pressure situation that forces you to act faster, which we can't do. So at this particular instance, we kind of don't have anything in our hand. This is pretty bad. I mean, talking about bad start, I mean, opponents just basically forced us to lose everything. Now we don't have anything else. At this point, for some reason I decided to do that. Maybe because I didn't want to give opponent additional draws, and because I don't necessarily have cards to... And also, if opponent will force me to discard cards, this is not something that I would want. So we're playing again as RPG versus Ready Rook. So of course another copy. Yeah, the campaign is pretty annoying one too. The cool thing about Surveil deck, I love cards with discarding. I love decks that focuses on discarding, but Surveil does it a little bit differently. It's not the main focus of Surveil deck. Uh, the cool thing about Surveil deck, this is the most probably versatile deck out of all, at least in my opinion. I mean, you have certain decks that basically go just one way. The thing about Surveil deck, if you will build it the proper way, it could be like a counter deck. It could fight against milling out. It could fight against almost everything. I mean, it has a lot of counters, it has a lot of discarders, it has a lot of strong creatures that basically you can fight against flyers, cards that basically like mill your deck, basically the surveillability, the whole point of it, of course. So again, when it comes down to the surveil decks, they are actually, for now, I believe they are the strongest in meta game, and this is one of the reasons why people are playing surveil decks so much. I don't believe that surveil decks are something that rookies are playing. Of course, you can net deck a surveil deck and basically build it, but you're probably not going to be able to properly play it. The thing about surveil deck, it's all about smart plays. It's a pretty intelligent deck. You have to predict, you have to know what you have to know how to basically... So you need to play smart. So every time that I'm playing against surveil deck, I'm kind of already thinking that I'm playing against an intelligent player that knows what this deck is all about, not just like a rookie that basically doesn't know what he or she is doing. But sometimes it's not the case, of course. Sometimes you see when surveil decks are being played badly. And in those cases, of course, you kind of will assume that either opponent is not getting lucky with cards, or opponent is just not experienced enough to play this type of a complex deck. Because again, surveilling as an ability, it's pretty simple. It's pretty similar to already existing abilities that we have, like Scry and Explore. Like, for those who are familiar with those abilities, that kind of works a little bit similar, but a little bit differently. Yeah. So again, surveil decks are something that you need to play smart, and if you don't, you will probably lose. But if you will play them right, in most cases you will win. This is pretty hard deck to fight against if you will get proper cards. Oh, okay, this is bad. Okay, this is the second copy, so if opponent will attack with it and actually exile another one, and the one that opponent will exile probably going to be Multani, which is bad. I wouldn't want to lose Multani at this point. So things are getting kind of bad, so for me at this point it's better to, of course, put Gruul in play. The reason for that is because I want for the opponent focus not on Multani but actually on Grun or Gran. Because if opponent will focus on the big card, it's going to be better for me. Yeah. I kind of still think that I might have lands for Fiery Cannonade. Which I don't. So at this point it's better to attack, not with all. So at this point the only thing that could basically kill us is 3-5. It's the major threat at this point. In terms of the creatures, we actually have a pretty awesome power. Yes, opponent gains 2 lives per turn. Opponent able to choose what cards to keep on. So opponent basically has a pretty good control of what's coming from the top of his or her library, which kind of makes us a little bit in disadvantage, considering the fact that now we're going to lose Multani. I believe it was kind of a mistake, I don't know. Multani is something that, yes, you can't fight against, but if I will attack with Grun, it's just going to deal more damage, because we're going to double its power, and we basically will deal like a lot of damage. But maybe opponent decided to do that because opponent has a plan to block. Again, if you have a creature, then Grun... Okay, opponent had a plan. Cool. Grun got tapped. It's not that big of a deal. We still have another creature with trample, which probably will help us to win if opponent is not going to be able to remove it. Again, opponent doesn't have the ability to counterspell at this point because not enough lands for it. So far so good. I mean, at this point, like, I don't know, it's probably good to free up, yeah, the Grun, or Grun, the Monkey King, the Lonely King. Yeah, then opponent decides to give up. Again, I believe opponent could continue to play this. Again, when it comes down to surveil decks, they are pretty versatile, as I said before, and there's actually a chance to win in surveil deck. So yeah, this is kind of sums up this episode, I guess. Yeah, overall that was a pretty cool match, but again, I believe that opponent could actually play more. I wouldn't say that this was a mistake to quit the game, but usually if you have potential to at least survive and get somewhere, you probably should continue to play. Yep, I guess this sums up this episode. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a boost. If you want more, subscribe and set the bell note. Visit Alex Connects on Twitch to be a part of MTG live sessions. Have a nice day or night, and see you in the next episode. Bye.